nice arrow. Yeah. Don't know. I don't know. Yeah. I can see the connection.
Radiant's top tower has fallen. Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Double duty.
Yeah, that was a big ulti coming out here from CLM. Actually, he's used twice this game, and both of them have really gotten them the team fights, gotten them the extra kills. It's just really well played here by CLM. He's doing amazing on the shadow thing. I gotta say these arrows from Super Twist have been quite amazing as well. He landed 2 arrows just before they jumped in. In fact, one of the arrows allowed them to engage, but there was an arrow just before that as well, which landed on Verman. So the tier 1 tower was still up. I couldn't follow through with it, but yeah, he's been doing really well.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
So I gotta say that didn't go too badly for 300 Spartans. I guess they lost their Slider, which is a big deal, but they were able to defend that tier 2 tower. They had to do something in that engagement, because another tier 2 tower down at the 15-minute mark, that's a massive deficit to be in. I mean, they're already behind by thanks to the pause. It looks like it's flatline, but they are actually behind by a little bit more than, well, they're behind by 10k, a little bit over. It looks like it's been pretty even for the past few minutes, but that's just because of the pause.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Good on Volvo, breaking everything. Alright, so just for you guys who've missed it, Yoshi is having issues with his voice not going through, so we'll be solo casting up until he can try to figure that out. Unfortunately, this is something that is a little bit out of our control, just because whenever servers crash and this stuff happens, things go badly. So I'll just take over solo for now. We just see 300 Spartans. They're just basically backed up against the wall. They're trying to find farm where they can, you know, when the creeps are pushed out past the river or just in a little bit of in the jungle. Whereas on the side of last Ronin, they're just moving around the map as they should be. We've got CLM just continuing to farm up in top. Super Twist is trying to get some more last hits as well. He wants his next big item up as well. Whereas, you know, 300 Spartans, they're behind by quite a lot. They don't have their carries. I'm sitting at 2.3k net worth. Slider is not really what you want to eat. Only got these boots at the 16-minute mark. It's incredibly far behind. It's in fact lower than the supports from last Ronin. The biggest farmer is Shivaga on his Clinks, who is working towards his Orchid. He's picked up his first Oblivion staff just then, but by the time he gets this up, it might even be too late, because at the moment, last Ronin, they can for a shot. It's the last 2 hour hand the team. very soon after. Spartans, they still don't have any 4-star upon picks on the Rider, which is a big deal. You really need him to sort of get into this last one and then
Roshan has fallen to the dark.
have your team follow up the extra damage, the extra lockdown on the rest of them and stuff like that. Unfortunately, it's just not happening. With that Aegis up on CLM, it's not just going to be impossible to kill him. He's already got his BKB, he will be moving towards his next big damage item. And once he has that, it's going to be very hard for these supports to survive. We already have a rotation here in bottom. They almost pick out Shivaga. It's a shame they don't have any more ways to reveal him. They've got the dust, but oh, and there we go. He's just gonna kill him out of there once again though. Thought that was a sentry for a sec, but it's just an observer. I wouldn't be too surprised if they just decide to pick up a gem. I mean, at this point, last Ronin, they're not really dying, and a gem pickup would certainly ensure that Shivaga isn't able to play the way he is. He can't move around too much. He's not going to be able to get his Orchid ever. Because he's not going to be able to, he's never going to be safe. He always has to play as safely as the rest of his team is, which isn't where you want to be. And this tower in, this T2 tower in bottom's going to fall. They're just going to continue pushing. There's very little that Spartans can do to defend. It's going to need a very good engagement. They don't really have a lot of lockdown. This Lala doesn't really have his, in fact he doesn't have his blink, he's not going to have him for ages, so... Oh, once again a nice arrow lands on Aiden, coming out there from Super Twist. And Stiffy Tower's going to fall to about half health. CLM gets ulted, but it's not an issue. Night Shadow does get popped. We'll see if they decide to re-engage. They're just going to stand here and wait. Yoshi's now nice and reconnected and his sound's working properly. Ooh, arrow from Super Twist does miss.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
We'll just wait for confirmation, and then yeah, I mean currently last round they're just gonna keep on going in. Yeah, Pixis gets stunned from the arrow, and Aiden is falling very quickly. Nice ultimate from CLM, basically completely wipes out the entire side of the Spartans. There's so much damage coming out here. That's going to be a triple kill for him. In fact, it might even be an ultra kill. It's not going to be an ultra kill for him, but it doesn't matter. He does die. He will be back in just a second thanks to the Aegis, and that's going to be a Rax. It should be a GG coming out here. Spartans. We should be going into game number 2 very shortly at this rate. Last Ronin, I mean, they're doing really well. A lot of early game aggression, and it's thanks to this CLM who was able to get a lot of early farm. In the mid lane, he was able to get some very early kills, some very easy kills as well. Up against the Bloodseeker, and then also the Clinks who rotated in wasn't really able to shut him down either. And yeah, once he had the blink trigger up, he just started moving around. He popped his Requiem of Souls in those good engagements, was able to get some extra kills there for his team, and he just continued to snowball with that sort of... Just for his T-Tower, nothing that Spartans can do to stop this. I wouldn't be surprised if they lost from disengage, go by the item that they need. They've got quite a lot of gold on them at the moment. Just buy the items that they need and then just re-engage shortly after, unless they can get a nice arrow. Actually, Shadow Fiend, he goes for the Ethereal Blade, which is a little bit interesting. Doesn't go for something like that Desolator or Crit or anything like that, just decides to go for Ethereal, which is a bit unusual. Do you have a gem picked up? It's just sitting on the just sitting in the stash at the moment. Probably will be picking up that very shortly, and Sion looks like he's gonna... Oh, Shivaga in a lot of trouble. Get picked off very quickly. Thanks to the lift and the follow-up. Zion almost died there, but nice movement here from his allies to help him out. It's just not enough vision for 300 Spartans to sort of play that aggressive style as we saw the clinks on being played by Shivago there. When you have no vision and you're so far behind, you can't really go out so far because the chances are there's going to be at least 2 heroes just sitting together waiting for you at any moment. Last Ronin, just looking for another Rax. They're going to be rotating into mid now. They're just seeing out some of those. Oh, and Yoshi's voice still not working on TV. So unfortunately, I'll have to solo cast for the rest of this. We should have Yoshi back into. Oh, Shivago gets jumped on and is going to fall once again thanks to the gem. But we should have Yoshi back into game number 2. Yeah, Dirty TV just whenever there's a disconnect, the sound and a lot of things just screw up. It's very unfortunate. To beat down this tier 3 tower, and there's nothing that 300 spawns. They're gonna pop the glyph, but I mean, they don't have any initiation. In fact, CLM just blinks in, ulties, and absolutely destroys Pixis on the Batrider. Spanko gets lifted up. Hazy's trying to do as much as he can, but he dies as well. He did pop his ulti, but it's not really gonna matter. And Aiden, he's on the run. He will be able to get on out of there. He shouldn't try re-engaging here. It's a nice mechanism to bring them all back, and Aiden gets stunned up, and that's going to be. Oh, actually, there we go. There's a link from CLM. Now, come on. Shivago is trying to get some kills. Nice lift, and that's GG. So, last Ronin take game number 1 here in this best of 3 between 300 Spartans and last Ronin in the lower bracket grand finals. Thank you guys very much for watching. We'll be back with game number 2 very shortly. I've been Zelda, I've been joined by Yoshi. A big thank you to our sponsors Weta and TT Esports for sponsoring the league. Again, thank you guys very much, and we'll see you in just a moment.